Hello my scrappy friends and a big welcome to my channel today. Today's share is a fun one. I'm actually I'm always excited to share with you guys, but today I am sharing for the Cut to You YouTube Hop celebrating our second birthday. I'm using the Rosy Posy background cut file today. This is the layout I created. I have also used the mood board for inspiration. That photo was a little bit earlier as well. So I'm going with lots of pinks. I use a bold black and white stripe in the background. And yeah, so I've got a piece of white cardstock here. And I don't actually remember if I did anything. I don't think there's gesso on it. I'm not 100% sure. But I have cut my cut file on some pink pattern paper by Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and I actually edited it in the design software and got rid of the border. I'm just using that floral section as the main feature on my layout. Just going through my little tags here with my colours, picking out some colours to use. What am I going to do? I had the idea of going with some soft pinks, just for something different for me, but also with a couple of pops of the darker pink. The photo that I'm scrapbooking is myself on my wedding day with my bridesmaids and my flower girl. My bridesmaids are wearing quite a fuchsia pink, and so I do use a very little bit of the darker pink. But I'm starting here, like I said, with the packaging technique. I used my pencil to mark out where on the page that cut file was going to sit. Maybe I have gessoed this paper. It looks like I have, pretty sure I have. So yeah, I'm just doing the packaging technique. I'm using a Shimmer's product here. But while you can watch me do this, we are having a month-long YouTube hop over at Cut to You. If you haven't seen the other girl shares already, there are 2 fun challenges, and I've actually created for both of them. Both of them will have videos for you as well, but this one is officially part of the hop. We have got 20% off all month long. The promo code will be linked, will be in the description box below, so make sure you use that. That is 20% off whether you buy digital cuts, which we all know what they are. And for those of you that aren't aware, and I know I've shared on my channel before, Gwen also does what are called custom cuts, where she will cut the cut files that you purchase on white cardstock and mail them around the world. So to celebrate a second year in business, Gwen is offering 20% off store-wide, custom cuts, or digitals. I believe the kits are also in as part of the sale, because it does say 20% off everything. I've also been playing with the kits just quietly on the side. So if you don't know about those, make sure you hang around on my channel and I will be sharing something here soon, hopefully. But yeah, so there are a ton of amazing crafters on this YouTube hop. We've already had Amanda Jane Baldwin. We've already had Vicky Parker. I know we've got Missy Whidden coming up. Yes, Missy Whidden is participating as well, which is very exciting. Along with the other design team girls, I know that Belinda, one of the new girls on the team, has done her share already. And we've got 2 Kellys. One of them, I think her share actually went up today from memory. But both of the Kellys will be sharing as well. I'm just trying to think. Sara Scraps is also sharing this month. I really hope I haven't forgotten anyone, because there's so many people participating. If you would like an exact list, I will link the blog link in the description box below that has the schedule for the whole month. So the 20% discount code is valid until the 31st of July, midnight Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you are in the US or a different country, please be aware of that. That is probably it's probably like the 30th for you. So yes, 20% off store-wide, very exciting. Beautiful cut files. I have been absolutely privileged to be a part of this team since Gwen kicked off 2 years ago. I love being here. Gwen creates some absolutely stunning cut files. She's amazing to work for. I use that term very loosely. I love being part of this team, and yeah, so I hope that you enjoy this hop this month, and make sure you head over to the Facebook group to join in the celebrations as well. I'll leave links in the description box below as well. Gwen does a newsletter freebie twice a month. Who doesn't love free things, right? So all of those things will be linked below. As you can see, back to my video, I am still working on my mixed media. I have sped this up pretty quickly because it is a lot of the same thing over and over again. I brought my cut file and my photo back a couple of times just to make sure that I was happy with where the color was. If I wasn't, I just went back over it again. So I've done all of the pink in the background that I'm going to do, and I'm adding splatters. Here is that pop of that darker pink that I'm going to add, but I do use my paper towel just to soften that a little bit. And then I'm pretty sure I come back in with the other pinks that I've used. So this is a Lindy's, and then that's the Lindy's again. I'm pretty sure I come back in with the shimmers as well that I used. I think this is saltwater taffy, maybe. But just adding lots of splatters. I find that the Lindy's, the nozzle splatters really well. If you don't have any or wondering, I found that the nozzle splatters really well. This is Pretty in Pink, I think. Another very pretty colour. So I'm just going a bit crazy with my splatters here. And I'm pretty sure I finished my splatters off with some gold. Yes. I just want Colour Shining Gold. I knew when I started this page, with that feature wall behind us, it is a gold colour. And I had planned fairly early on that I was going to use a gold puffy sticker for my title. So just adding lots of splatters of that gold. And then I believe that is my mixed media done. Just putting weights on the corners so it stays flat, so those splatters dry flat. Laid up some scraps behind my photo, mostly pinks, but I've also used that black and white stripe. I've also cut my cut file, I've stuck my cut file down. I literally only stuck it on the top edge where it meets the edge of the paper, and the bottom right hand edge where it meets the pattern paper, kind of an inch and a half in, using some wet glue. I knew that it wasn't going to go anywhere. Trimming down my white cardstock because I wanted to put that border on with the black and white stripe. You can see that because my page has warped, my cut file hasn't lined up exactly, but I was totally okay with that, knowing that I was going to trim it down. I am going to pop this through my Mink. So what I did, because of all that mist on the background, I did wrap it in some baking paper before I put it into the carrier sheet, which is what you just saw me taking off there, was the baking paper, because like I said, I didn't want it to stick. I have put things through the Mink and had it tear my thing because I was blonde and did not the right thing. So I am happy, I think. Maybe I'm going to trim this down a little bit more. Yes, it's not straight. Having a straight straight edge to stick straight helps. Note to self, too funny. So I wanted this to nestle a little bit differently, so I'm just going to grab my scissors. That's part of the reason why I didn't stick it all the way down, but also it was just too difficult, or I was just too eager to get creating. So you can see I've just snipped that leaf a little bit and tucked that photo up under there. And I'm pretty sure, yes, I'm going to get this stuck to my black and white stripe. This is a Cocoa Vanilla Studio pattern paper. So I've just added the adhesive along that top edge, made sure that's nice and straight. And like I said, with straight paper, that definitely helps. And then I'm going to go back around on the other 3 sides and add adhesive. And that is all stuck down beautifully. Excellent. Yeah, so, and like I mentioned, I've brought that black and white stripe into the pattern paper layers as well. I'm going to stick my photo down because I know exactly where that is going. And I don't actually add too much more to this page. I got married in 2008, so 12 years ago, and obviously in 12 things, lots of things can change. My niece that I am looking at lovingly is now a 21-year-old adult. She's just crazy. And my bridesmaids, life has happened and things are different. So this was a bit of a tricky photo for me to scrap, but I remember very clearly on the day how I felt. And I've added I do add my journaling on this page, and I haven't done much journaling on any of my wedding layouts, is essentially kind of what I felt in the moment looking back, if that makes any sense. And a lot about not taking things for granted and appreciating right now and all those kinds of things. So that's kind of where my brain took me while I was scrapping this, and I just kind of went, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I have got, so that beautiful came from a crepe paper collection, I think Oasis, and then these hearts are from a Heidi Swap, I think Colour Fresh collection. I want to bring in a tiny bit more black. I'm going to bring in some shiny black enamel, no, they're not enamel dots, they're Nouveau drops. I'm going to add a little cluster of 3 in those 3 areas where the puffy gold is. And you can see I've only got, like, they're not really obvious and giant or anything like that. But I like how that gets the black a little bit more around the page. So I've got those 3 clusters of 3. Like, what else can I add here? Black splatters. I grab a little paintbrush and I covered my photo. For the win, I covered my photo. And I'm adding just a few tiny little black droplets in those same 3 areas, and then I add some along where that cut file is. I'm pretty sure that you're not going to be able to see them here in the video because they are really tiny little splatters. But I feel like it was just what the page needed, not anything like, wow, we're black splatters, look at us. That's my India ink. So here is where I'm adding in those, the Tim Holtz stickers. I'll see if I've got the layout handy. Yeah, I do. So there's 2 at the top where the love hearts are. One says love you and the other says choose to see the good stuff. I'm just rearranging those hearts. I put 2 to the left hand side of the photo. One says best day ever and one says live in the moment. And then down the bottom, today is full of possibilities and collect beautiful moments. I'm just placing those in there. I did have to move a couple of things, but that's all okay. The really important thing was I managed not to smush any of those Nouveau drops, which is a miracle in itself. Pretty happy with this, and I'm kind of going, it needs a little something. So I think I'm done. And off camera, I add some butterflies. So I add 3 butterflies. They are all cut from a Maggie Holmes pattern paper. I'm pretty sure I already had them cut in a little bowl on my desk. I kind of went, it needs something. Butterflies, I had Swarovski crystal butterflies in my hair for my wedding day, and I thought, yep, butterflies, they're pink, they're black, they work perfectly. So thank you so much for stopping by today. Make sure you head over to the blog post that I will link below that has all of this schedule. Hope you're enjoying this month. Make sure you take advantage of that 20% off. Head over to the Facebook group, do all the things, have fun, and enjoy the celebrations. As always, thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you again in the very near future with another share.